What's up, everyone? My name's Robinson. Welcome to Word on the Chain. Beautiful sunny day here in San Francisco. Thanks for joining. Today, we're going to be looking at one thing: interoperability. What is it? Why should you care? And how does this help you in terms of investment opportunity? So, getting started, first, I guess we should start with a definition. Interoperability. It's not necessarily native to crypto or the blockchain world specifically. It actually refers to computer systems in general. Um, it's the ability, essentially, the ability for two separate systems, so think of two separate computer systems or whatever it may be, to exchange, share, and interpret data from the other system. If they're able to do this, it would make the two systems interoperable. Interoperability is actually huge in the healthcare industry, specifically in the United States. With our mess of in healthcare industry, but that's another time. Anyway, with our amalgamation of all these different entities like providers, hospitals, insurers. All running different software in order to store different patient health information and communicate different things. Um, None of these talk to each other for the most part. Typically, a lot of them are using different vendors, and none of these computer systems talk to each other. So when patients go to another organization, they lose all their health information essentially. So this is a real hot topic for a lot of IT vendors because obviously there's a market and a need for it for these systems to talk to each other. However, there is also an obvious need as well in the cryptocurrency space, which is why I'm making this video today. We're starting to see what a lot of people in the industry like to call the verticalization of blockchain. Um, Blockchains are becoming specialized in what they do, and their purpose around things for the data they're storing and the information they're recording and the different uses and whatnot. Looking at some examples, the most notorious obviously being Bitcoin, especially in financial related transactions and recordings. But we have ones or blockchains for things like human information and storing that, like Civic, for instance, which locks in your identity to help prevent identity theft, which is obviously very important. Then we have ones that functions to share or record machine data and different process data. So for instance, VeChain, which is really popular, which functions as like a supply chain management kind of blockchain. But this is great, these different specialized blockchains we have. But what happens when I need information from one blockchain to be verified or submitted on another, like my identity on Civic, or health records that I have on some blockchain, or my car title and things like that? Information is going to eventually need to be shared between blockchains if we want this crypto economy. Hence the term blockchain interoperability. Unless you go on to, let's say, a central exchange like Coinbase or Bittrex, make your swap or trade on their in-house ledger, and then withdraw a new asset on a new chain, you can't really do anything in terms of blockchain interoperability. And this is really time consuming, and obviously transaction fees end up costing a lot of money in the long run. We all know this. However, there are two overarching options that have been proposed as a solution for blockchain operability. The first is cross-chain messaging, and the second is cross-chain atomic swaps. Cross-chain messaging in a nutshell would look like one blockchain sending a message of its current state to the other blockchain. I might get punished for saying this, but at a very high level, it's almost like they're text messaging the other blockchain the information on their blockchain. Where on the other hand, an atomic swap is a smart contract that enables the exchange of one cryptocurrency for another without using centralized intermediaries like Coinbase or Bittrex, these centralized exchanges. Blockchain interoperability has recently become a very hot topic in the space and a focus, in an area I believe is extremely important in terms of an investment opportunity, hence why I'm making the video today. Which company will be successful in implementing, the best blockchain interoperability platform or blockchain itself and become the internet of blockchains, that's yet to be determined. However, there are a few companies out there that are tackling this problem as of now. I would delve further, but if I did, I wouldn't be able to keep this video so short. So check out the links in the description below for some more information regarding some of these awesome projects. Anyway, as we look back on 2017 and then compare it to where we are now, obviously very depressing. But anyway, it definitely isn't the same game is what I'm trying to say. In 2017, as you can see here, the overall market cap for all cryptocurrencies rose from roughly 27.8 billion, which was this time last year, to 820 billion at its peak in the beginning of January. So essentially meaning that if you put money into some random coin or just listen to Bob at your office or just your random friend, chances are you probably made money in a good amount of it by just doing no research or due diligence at all. But obviously more attention's on the cryptocurrency space now. Different regulations, more investors. I mean, you just had George Soros who announced his potential involvement in crypto, even though I guarantee he's been involved in investing for months, if not years now, and this is a PR stunt. But I digress. Things are only going to get more difficult is what I'm saying, so you're going to have better strategies, as am I. So starting from a high-level overview and looking at problems like blockchain interoperability and then drilling down into possible solutions, what companies are trying to tackle this, how far along are they, does the tech look promising, what does the team look like? This is a good start in terms of investing and being smarter than the other people out there because it's a game after all, it's a competition, and you got to be better than your competition if you want to stay alive, in our sense, if you want to stay making a profit, and a good one at that. So there's still a lot of money to be had. We're just going to have to be smarter. So that's all I have today. Thanks for joining once again. Please hit that red subscribe button or like it if you got some good information out of today's video. Don't forget the weekly update on Wednesday and look forward to seeing you then.